Discussed that the Kingstree Main Street Design Commission and the Kingstree Beautification Commission are doing likewise in similar duties and function. And Mr. Jenkinson is here. Perhaps he can assist on this request, but I'm requesting council that the commissions have separate functions. Either the design committee are responsible for activities held on Main Street, and the beautification commission taking the responsibility in the beautification of the town as a whole.
That overlap?
Yes, sir.
The town as a whole?
Right. But the primary function of the design commission will be the downtown Main Street area.
Of course, the town does, as a whole, they will take in the Main Street, which Main Street is trying to do also. Is this correct?
That is correct. I think what I've been hearing, the design committee, even though they're with the Main Street and functioning as a body, they look at not only Christmas decoration but also planters and benches and containers, as well as signage and banners and other display, whereas the beautification commission look primarily at vegetation and awarding yards of the month, etc.
Okay, so there's a line there. They don't overlap. We're drawing a distinction.
That's
good.
That is what I'm requesting, yes, sir. That there be a separation of functions.
So do we need to have the nominees voted on tonight?
Yes, sir. If we do have any nominees, yes, sir, that would be appreciated.
All right. Thank you.
Do we need to make a motion to separate these duties, or is it just is it already as such on the duties?
Because there is an ordinance,
There's an ordinance on beautification.
or there are guidelines on there.
No, it's under ordinance right now.
There is an ordinance for the beautification commission. I am not sure how the design committee is outlined.
So do you need anything from us formally besides what you have for the division?
Well, I guess council could revisit it and then maybe have an agenda item next month as far as the duties, responsibilities, and the separation
Yeah, I don't think so.
of committees.
Because, beautification committee, they came asking for monies in their budget to do the decorations in town, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that's always been a part of what they have done,
Maybe,
not just the vegetation. And so we need to have something that denotes which each will do before. I would like something before voting on it.
Well, would you want, let's just table it till next
Yeah,
meeting?
that we just table that until,
Can I get a motion to table?
I move that we table our nominations for beautification commission members.
I have a second.
Second.
All right, floor is open. Any discussion or questions? If it ain't none,
How many vacancies
Go
are
ahead,
there for this? I'm sorry.
it's two. I believe it's two right now.
Two is correct.
Two is correct. And we don't have to pick in our districts, or do we do? See, I'm kind of misunderstanding it. It's not required, so it's kind of open.
That was kind of just like a thought y'all were trying to do in all the committees to try to keep them
Right.
diverse.
Right.
That was not required.
Okay, thank you. So it's two openings, you know. Fine. I think we got.
we have one.
Chris had one tonight, so we'll just table it. Any more questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by saying no. Ayes have it. table. Mr. Billy, you next. Good to have you tonight, too.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's always fun to come before town council with something good. And I'm here on the good side. Did all of you receive a copy of the memo or letter we wrote Mayor Tisdale about presentation tonight? As you are aware, the Historical Society occupies the old Carnegie Library as our museum and has done so for almost 30 years. And about 7 or 8 years ago, we purchased the building next door, and you'll remember this old Warren Fabrics building. And we called that the Museum Annex, and we were using it on a limited basis as time and money would permit, but it needed a major amount of work. And then we were hit with the collapse of the building several doors down that damaged our building in that process. Recently, we, through the county, were able to obtain a grant to fix that building. As a part of that grant, we deeded that Warren Fabrics building to the town of Kingstree, along with the parking lot portion that we own extending all the way back to Academy Street, in exchange for a lease of that building to set us up for that grant. The grant requires 100% match. In other words, for $1, we get $1 in exchange. And the grant could be up to $200,000 if we raised $200,000. And what we are asking tonight is that the town, either directly through the town or through the Development Corporation, help us with that project to the tune of $25,000. To give you some idea of the interest in it, the Historical Society has committed $100,000 to that project. The Williamsburg County Development Corporation, seeing that we have become really the Visitors Bureau for Williamsburg County and Kingstree. It's amazing the people from all over the United States literally come back to do research, to look, do family work using primarily the newspapers. What we intend to do next door is we discovered in the process, number one, that Farmers Telephone's original office was in that building. We discovered in the process that after Farmers Telephone, really Santee Electric started off in it. And when the Greeleyville Telephone Company decided to follow in their footsteps and set up a cooperative, Santee Electric invited them over to move in the building with them and help them set up Farmers Telephone. And Farmers Telephone was in one corner in the back, and Santee Electric was in the other. A lot of history in that building. And so we approached them about making a substantial contribution to do the interior, because the grant is only for the building, that's period, just to fix the building, which needs a huge amount of work. In the process, we also obtained this grant tied in with the formation of an African American History Museum. Now, this is not a national museum. This is to protect and preserve African American history, civil rights history in Williamsburg County, which is substantial. Almost 70% of our county is African American. And it's a huge amount of history there. We've obtained a grant through the Hometown Chamber of Commerce to purchase funeral records going back possibly as late as the 1920s. And it's our plan to scan those in. We have the scanning equipment now, and to catalog that equipment so people can, particularly African American families, can come in and do genealogical research and find out who their ancestors are. That will add a major complement to it, plus pictures and exhibits. We've also discussed and got a contract with H&W Exhibits out of Charleston. They do nothing but museum exhibits. It's a museum company attached to a company called Brockington and Associates. They have all over the southeast, and they do archaeological work, but a division of that company helps museums in building and wonderful displays. We had hoped that this museum will allow us to do what we call interpretive museums. It will tell a story. In our instance, it would start with, for example, in the African American part, with slavery all the way up to the present. There's a huge body of history there about Reconstruction. As you know, I've done a lot of research and work on Stephen Swales, who was our senator and president pro tem of the Senate. Matter of fact, one of the preeminent Civil War authors from Charleston is writing a book now on the life of Senator Stephen Swales. Gordon Ray, and you can Google Gordon Ray and find out some of the tremendous work that he's done in writing history, and I would say he's in the top probably 10 history authors in the country. So we've got a lot of World War II, World War I, African American history, but what we want to do is develop that. We have a lot of resources. For example, today I talked with my good friend Mike Allen. I don't know if y'all know Michael Allen, but he grew up right here in Kingstree. Michael and I have served on a number of boards and commissions together, and he was calling me saying, I want to help my home folks out. Joe McGill, I know you probably know Joe, and he is former director of the National Trust for Historic Preservation in Charleston, and now is doing Slavery Project nationwide, where he goes and spends the night in slavery cabins. Joe, all in on this project, and we want to tap into those kind of resources, plus local folks, and bring them in to ensure that we get and capture, and it's going to take credibility in what we do in the African American community to trust us to protect and preserve their history, and that's part of what we're doing. And we want to do it in a meaningful way. We want to do it in a professional way. I think all the resources in profit. With this $25,000, it should pretty much wind up our campaign on the building portion. We've already made substantial inroads on the portion for the displays. Farmers Telephone has made a significant contribution, as has Santee Electric. We're well under the way. It's been stunning, and I would say I have made a number of presentations to businesses in the county, and not one has said no. We got a lot of yeses and a lot of come see me and let's talk further. I closed out a donation today with one of the banks. It's still going on, and it's working. So I will tell you, the $25,000 from the town to the town is critical to pull the last major piece of this project together. I look at it this way: we're partners in this deal. Y'all own the building we gave you. We want to do something with it and put it to good use. And the Development Corporation felt so strong about the $50,000 because they said, it's one thing to develop and put an industry, but when you get the industry here, you got to have quality of life. You got to have something to show for it. You got to have something that you can be proud of, and that's why we're putting the money into the community, because we want to have something for those people who work at the plants to have attachment, because we put on a number of programs through the year. This building will include seating area for presentations for up to 50 people. We already do 6 to 8 a year, whether it's book signings, art shows, history-related items, but we bring in speakers. So that's our ask tonight. If you authorize the mayor to sign a donor form for $25,000, and that, I'll be glad to answer your question. Remember, nobody said no yet.
No question?
I think it's a great idea.
I do too.
Fantastic.
I'll back you up, Mr. Billy. We've had a few people stay at the Heller House that has gone to Adelaide, history to their families located here in Winsboro County.
You need me to stay for any further questions, or
Thank you. Good.
that won't happen tonight as well. I guess that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. we have pretty much a deadline. We are sending out the request for proposals on the bidding
Right.
in the next 30 days.
That's
The
good.
bids are going to be in quickly, and we have to have the money in the bank to show them before they cut loose any grants we have.
I don't have no problem with it. I'm all in.
Thank you, sir.
Let's come from our tourism account, since it's a tourism grant. Or does it have to be different since it's a donation?
We can take this out of hospitality.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Right. And in fact, the next on the agenda is appropriation of funds, which Mr. Jenkinson's request is in.
You want to talk about number 8 before we get into it? Or do we need to vote on this, or it's the same thing when we vote on number 8? Or we want to vote on it to get a motion to accept?
Mr. Jenkinson is wanting your signature. Is this correct, Billy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
I don't need to check tonight, just to see.
Okay. So we need to vote on number 7.
Is it already incorporated in the?
That's what I'm
money
asking.
is, the
Yes,
money
money
is.
is incorporated in the ordinance.
Why don't we just go ahead
Is the
and
amount
vote
in there,
on it
though?
under form of 25,000.
Okay, well, I need a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that, council authorize the mayor and Mr. Train to sign a donor form to the Williamsburg Historical Society in the amount of $25,000.
Second. Second. Floor is open, any discussions? There ain't none, Lenore, take a roll call.
Yeah, this is a roll call vote to authorize the mayor and the town manager to sign a donor form amount of $25,000 to be donated to the Williamsburg Historical Society. Councilwoman Butterworth,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
Councilwoman Murdoch,
Yay.
Councilwoman McCullough,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Hammond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kelly,
Yes.
Mayor Tisdale.
Yes. Mr. Tree, you want to talk about the ordinance?
All right, this ordinance 2019-01. We have a staff action memo in front of you. And what this is about 3 different things. Number 1, we are requesting $19,000 to buy 2 pieces of equipment for the street department. The 2 items are for the backhoe, a thumb bucket where they can pick up yard debris and this type thing. The other thing that we're trying to purchase with this $19,000 is a lift truck, a bucket truck. We do have a bucket truck back there and it works, but it does not meet state standards for permitting. It would cost us approximately $9,000 to $10,000 to get it fixed and bring it up to standards. The bucket's sitting on a truck that's 20 years old, Mayor.
Probably about
20.
Yeah, it's about 20.
And
Something like that.
we can go ahead and purchase a lift that goes 30 feet in the air, will do exactly what the present truck that we have, and we feel like that we can get it for around $14,000 to $16,000. We think that $19,000 will cover these 2 purchases. We are going out on bid on the bucket truck. We do need that for a lot of different reasons. This new piece of equipment can be pulled by a pickup truck. It will go 30 feet in the air, and it'll be brand new. And I think the Main Street can use it well as we can use it in other circumstances also. The Main Street program needs to hire a consultant to complete the rebranding for the town. the cost estimate with that, and I think incorporated in that is a marketing study for the downtown. And there's one other too. Wayne, what is that?
Master plan, a market survey, and a rebranding.
Okay. We think that it'll fall within the realm of $40,000. This will be taken from the hospitality fund. The next thing that we're going to take up is $25,000 from Mr. Jenkinson. The town has access to the hospitality fund, which we can only use for certain things, and this is one thing that we can use it for $25,000. Mr. Jenkinson explained why, and I also want to point out that the County Development Industrial Board is supporting us for $75,000 on our parking lot.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, I need a motion for the first reading of ordinance 2019-01.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the first reading of ordinance 2019-01, staffing changes in the water and street department, requiring adjustments to major line items relating to salaries and benefits within those budgets. The Main Street program needs to hire a consultant, complete rebranding for the town, Williamsburg Historical Society, and needed community support to raise matching funds for grants to repair, update, museum, and a building.
I have a second.
Second.
Floor is open for any questions or discussion. There ain't no questions. Lenore, you do a roll call.
Council, this is a roll call vote for ordinance, first reading of ordinance 2019-01. Councilwoman Butterworth,
Yes.
Councilman Williams,
Yes.
Councilwoman Murdoch,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCullough,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Hammond,
Yes.
Councilwoman Kelly,
Yes.
Mayor Tisdale,
Yes.
unanimous.
Mr. Wade, you next.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here tonight with the Main Street update. I had a list, so this might get limited. But we're in the midst of a great 2019. Like I told y'all in December, we're going to hit the ground running, and we have. We have a lot of projects that are starting, a lot of events that are starting. We have set the 4 dates for Kingstree Live. They are May 10th, June 14th, July 19th, and August 16th. With the August one being the back-to-school bash that we will continue to do from the success of last year's. Next week we will have a list of bands and a flyer going out, kind of a save the date with the intended bands that will be there that night. We're very excited to have these again. They've been a really success story in our community, so we're excited about getting the information out for those. Tomorrow I will set off to Rimmon, South Carolina. The town of Kingstree, the South Carolina Waterfowl Association, the Black River Scenic Council, and the Butler Conservation Group have all partnered to put out 50 duck boxes along our Black River in the city limits and just outside. This project is to try to start preserving the wildlife in our area so that people that come into our town that are going to start using our river more can see the scenic beauty, and one of the best things we have in our river is our animals. So these ducks boxes were given to us for free. We will be storing them at the new Butler Conservation place right before you get to Andrews, just because the river's way too high for us to install them now. And then we will be partnering with the South Carolina Waterfowl Association to put these duck boxes out as soon as the river decides to go down a little bit. But we're excited about this project. I didn't know it was going to come to fruition until about an hour ago when they called and announced that they'd give us the duck boxes. March 21st, we have our first event lined up. It is called Downtown Dine Around. It is a progressive dinner/shopping event. What we're doing with this event is you'll go to each place. You'll start at one place and have hors d'oeuvres and beverages. You'll go to your next stop and you'll have soup. You'll go to your next spot and you'll have sandwiches, and then you'll go to your next spot and have dinner. All while our businesses will be open late. Music will be playing. We'll have tables and chairs set up along Academy with it shut down. The tickets are $10. What we've done with this event is made it a fundraiser for the future downtown mural that we're trying to raise money for. We're selling 120 tickets. And they're $10 a piece, and those funds will go to a fund to set aside so we can have money when we're ready for a downtown mural to be able to produce one. We're really excited about that event. Tickets will go on sale next week. I'll be pushing out a marketing thing on the event along with ticket places and locations. Banners, our new everyday banners have been ordered. They should be here in a week, which then I know that y'all probably noticed that the Christmas banners are still up. I was trying to kill two birds with one stone, take the other ones down when I put the other ones up. Had a little delay in production, but I have been told that they will be here next week, and we will get those down and our new ones up. We're really excited about that. Our design committee did an awesome job on designing those, and we're excited to get those up in downtown. Farm to Table has also been set up. That'll be an event in September. I'll have an exact date update next week. Our production and our promotion, not production. Our promotion committee and organization committee are heading that up. This idea streamed from a dream, pretty much. They came to me and wanted to do it, and I don't mind saying it was the mayor's wife and a couple other ones that had this idea, and I think it's an awesome idea. We've had a lot of our community surrounding us that have done it, and it's been a huge success. Orangeburg is on their third one. They started with 75 people. Now they're up to 500 people this year. So it's going to be a great event. I'll have more updates on what we're going to do next month, but I did want to let y'all know that it will be in September. And y'all please pray that all the sunshine shines on those days. We haven't seen much of that lately. Benches. So we set out probably 3 or 4 months ago with the idea of starting to make our town more walkable, more inviting. We had a lot of comments during Christmas about the Christmas music and people saying, man, I'd love to have a place to just sit and listen to the music. So we set out to try to find money for benches. And the design committee found benches that they liked. And so we didn't really have to go far, but we went out to try to get the money for 3. And we have been donated 3. I put them together today. They will go out tomorrow in the locations that the donor chose. The donor will have a plaque on the bench that says this bench donated by so-and-so. And those 3 will go out today, and I have a 4th one that I have to order tomorrow that someone else has already donated one. Our goal with that is to have some nice seating areas and beautification in our downtown that will invite people to sit and stay a while. So we're excited about those benches going out. The first building that will be revitalized is going under construction. The chamber office we were really excited about. They used our design architect through the Main Street program to do renditions for their building, and I think they started last Friday on the work. If y'all ride by there, you'll see the wood paneling they have up has come down. They've put stucco back up where it's supposed to be, and they're going to paint the building this Friday. They're working on the electrical today, so we're really excited about the first of many, hopefully, to come with revitalizing buildings. We also have 3 other separate businesses working with our design architect as we speak to take advantage of the facade grant that the town has. And so we will be seeing another 3 buildings that will go under construction here soon to uplift the facades of their buildings. We have a bunch of new interest in businesses coming in. I just wanted to make y'all aware of that. We're taking calls every week about space that they're looking for, and we're trying to connect them with the right people to get them into the town of Kingstree. Pig picking this year is going to be different, and we're excited about it. We met last week with the pig picking committee to try to redesign and revamp what it's already a good thing. We just wanted to see it get back to something on the track of what it was meant to be. Over the years, we've gotten away from the barbecue cooking aspect of it, and we've gone. Last year, we had 42 vendors. That is a lot to me. That we have a lot of people that don't even go down there for the barbecue because they're eating turkey legs and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I like a turkey leg. But what we're going to do this year is we're going to revitalize. We work with the South Carolina Barbecue Association to give their cookers what they want, and as well as giving our locals what they want. And what that means is our locals will still do whole hog barbecue, but we will be inviting the South Carolina Barbecue Association to bring their 20 cookers in to do butts. And that's just what they've gone to cooking. And their cookers don't have a big enough grill to do whole hog. So they've promised us anywhere from 20 to 22 cookers, and plus the 35 locals we have. We'll get back up to a number that we haven't seen in a few years. We're also upping the purse. We're adding some money to that. We're excited to be able to do that and try to get some more competition back and bring some people that hadn't come in a while. So our goal with pig picking this year is to get back to the roots of pig picking. And we're also, along those lines, we're also working on a new festival in spring of 2020 in our downtown area. We're hoping to have information on that by June and July to kick off. What we're looking at, and it's not set in stone, is a wildlife expo kind of thing. We are known as the Sportsman's Paradise, and we're looking at a wild game cook-off. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with seaweed, but the idea kind of came from that. I'm actually going to seaweed this year to meet with some vendors, hopefully and when I was there last year, I met about 20 that were from Williamsburg County that were there, and they said they'd love to come and do a festival in Kingstree. So we have high hopes for that festival as well. One last thing I wanted to talk to you about opportunity zones. So the town worked to get us designated as an opportunity zone. Now what that is the National Treasurer came out with people in low poverty areas that needed help economic development wise. So we applied to become an opportunity zone, and we were accepted. We were one of 7 that were accepted in the state that actually have 2. And ours are consecutive. Our Main Street is actually split between 2 tax brackets. And so we got both of them accepted. And what that is I went to a conference or a summit Friday about it. It is a way for people with the means to fund money into our downtown area and receive something on the back end of it. What it pretty much boils down to is it is a way for places like Kingstree to start seeing some economic growth, as in Charleston would or Columbia would or bigger places like that. It sets aside money to be able to support somewhere that might not look as good to places like Volvo or BMW or things like that. So we're really excited about being accepted into that. It's still in the early stages, but we are starting to see investors that are calling and wanting to fly in to take a look at what we have. So that's really exciting news. And just want to speak on the rebranding. I think that is a very important thing for our next step. We have ideas and we have great stride to do a lot of things, but we need to rebrand first. We need to get to who we are and where we're going so that we can start selling Kingstree, not only on our citizens again, but on the people that will hopefully be visiting us very soon. Thank y'all.
Wait.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Anita James is on your...
Anita James, yes, ma'am.
I ran into her today, and she said she's not getting any information.
Still?
Yes, so she wrote her stuff down, and hopefully you can contact. I told her just write it down.
I'll reach out to her tomorrow. We got something going on with our emails. We just got a new system, and I got a lot of people that aren't receiving it.
I got you.
But I'll contact her tomorrow. Yes,
What's the price on the benches you mentioned?
So the benches are, now they were on sale last time, and I checked today and they hadn't gone off. The benches are $7.98, and then the plaque is $88, and then the shipping on one bench is $112. If you get 2 or more, it's cheaper, but it averages out to be about $1,100 per bench. So if y'all know anybody that might like to donate one, we'd love to see more benches coming up in our downtown and Main Street area.
Any more questions? Thank you, Wade.
Thank you.
Tree?
Okay, our drainage study is completed. The Dennis Corporation out of Columbia has completed it. The mayor and I will meet with Mr. Hines, I believe his name is, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, and then next council meeting, he will meet with council to give us their recommendations. Police and fire department is moving along slowly, but it is moving. The budget committee, along with Chief Williams, with the police department, Chief Duke with the fire department, met, and we have come from six people who applied for the design and build team. We've reduced them to 3. These are the 3 that we're going to be working with. I think on February the 6th, they're going to come out and look at the site, and we're going to talk to them and tell them what they want. The chief will be there. And actually, anybody, any of the councilman who wants to be there is fine. We're going to talk with them. We're going to go over what we need and the specifications that we have. But hopefully in March, I forget what the date in March, hopefully we will be ready to let the bid go. We are, of course, being funded by this 1-cent sales tax. Also, just let you know, we do have somebody who is promising who wants to move into the depot with a restaurant. We are doing credit checks and things right now, and we will present this individual to council hopefully by the next council meeting. Republic. You all know the situation that we are in. We have looked, finance committee, and we had several people looking into us actually buying trucks and going into business for ourselves. We can't make it work financially. There are 2 things. There's one other thing that we can do, is we have to go through, according to the contract, several different things. But one of them is to get them down here and to address council and let us know how they can improve the situation. Certainly they know with the amount of calls that we have given them and the amount of back and forth that their performance has not been up to standard. We are still getting some complaints, although things seem to be a little bit better. We can also, I want to mention this. Several people have asked me about this who are interested in the recreation center and the travel ball. I think it's to our benefit to put in another field what they call travel ball. It will take care of the young people once they are finishing with the program, that we have right now. And these are 14, 15-year-olds, I believe it is. And this travel ball is a big thing because they call it travel ball because they come around, the different teams will come around and play at different places. And we want to be able to start hosting these things. It brings in a very good crowd into our community. We're looking into that. We're being serious. We're seriously looking into it. We do have a committee with REC who is behind it and are furnishing a lot of information. I just wanted to let you know that we are working on that. Also, y'all know we started and we completed what we call the Jennyville project. We picked up customers out in the Jennyville area, all 527 there, and we're continually picking up customers along and along as people are starting to move in. People that didn't want to hook up before now hooking into our system. There is an area further down 527 off of Fernwood, Elam, in an area up in there. We are presently, we will have a meeting one day this week with a volunteer committee who are going to work this for us. Hopefully we can have a CDBG grant ready by April, to make our recommendation for a CDBG grant. So a lot of calls, we're getting a lot of calls, a lot of visits on this thing, but we have water and we have plenty of it. Out Highway 527, we have a 12-inch main, and our engineers tell us that we can deliver about 1 million gallons a day right now. So we have water, we have plenty of it, and it is to our benefit to develop that area north of here, which is in our franchise area, with water. So just want to let you know which way we're going with that. It's I'll be able to probably next month I'll be able to give you a little update and let you know where we're standing with that. But quite a few houses out there and quite a few people that are interested in it. And that's about all. Thank you.
Exciting things with the Main Street update. I love everything he's doing. Is it possible, Leonard, that you can send us an email with those dates that at least we know about for the depot and all the activities he talked about, so that we've got those?
Yes, ma'am.
And can start helping to advertise and spread the word about those. Love the idea of a ball field. That will definitely get people in town, because those are really all-day events when you go to these tournaments, and so people will be eating here and hanging out here and shopping here, and so that would be wonderful. So would love to see a follow-up with that. Complaints with the trash, I think, as we've already kind of talked about, just the pickup takes several days still. So your trash can pretty much sits out there the entire week until they decide to get around and pick it up. And then the drainage issues as well. Primarily the complaint I got was in front of Anderson Primary, just the continued drainage problem there, and you're well aware of, but still complaints of that.
Chris, there's a water leak on the corner of Short Street, Long Street. Need a little attention. Time he goes out to Long Street, where it goes back by Nelson Boulevard. Everything else seems to be good in the district.
Just thank you to the police for all your hard work that you've been doing recently, and hopefully we will secure someone and not latest incident that we had in my neighborhood. Thank you to the council members and town manager who donated for our federal workers. Though the shutdown is over, the effects still continue. As I talked to a rep yesterday, he was like, "Don't take any more damn donations. We don't want people to think, we're trying to take them for granted or take advantage." I said, "I know your direct deposits haven't hit yet. We know you're not taking for granted." So, there's still, anytime you want to donate anything, they're still accepting donations. And if you want to send it through me, I'm more than happy to take them. We know flooding is an issue, and we've had a lot of leaks, but Charles Avenue and Thomason Avenue have some leaks that have been repaired, and it's a lot of gravel, and it's real nasty when it rains because it has not been paved, and then it turns back into holes in the road. So if we can get back with DOT, and I'll get a number from you